Welcome to Chiron's Universe. It's time for Tech News, Saturday edition. I'm your host, Chiron, and thank you for tuning in. Microsoft is releasing a kids mode for their Edge browser, Engadget reports. With it, kids access only sites on an approved list, as well as accessing Bing with the strictest security settings. When kids hit a site they can't visit, parents can approve it by entering their PIN. Now, Google offers something similar, but it requires a manual setup, as well as operating a Google account just for your kids that you have to set up. Edge's Kids mode, on the other hand, can be enabled in a few seconds, and it doesn't require creating any additional accounts whatsoever. See, Google doing the right thing involves making it easy for people to make the right things happen. Maybe if you spent less time spying on users to manipulate them with ads and spent more time building healthier user experiences for your customers, then things wouldn't happen like this. A federal court ruling by the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission says the tech giant Google misled customers with a confusing dual layer of location settings in what the regulator describes as a world-first enforcement action. Basically, Google has a bunch of places where data collection was enabled in their Android apps, and they made it not clear everything you needed to do to disable this data gathering on your devices. Now, the problem with this is that if Google can track where you are, then anyone could, in theory. All they would have to do is either hack your device, hack Google, or be a government that doesn't like you. Although this might not seem like a big deal, wherever you are right now, who cares? Well, there are many places in the world where people get disappeared by a person or organization or who knows what. And so what Google does in this regard, it actually matters. We can't let them get away with this, which is what leads us to our next breaking story. A big tech crackdown blueprint has been approved by the US House Committee. From Reuters, Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook each hold monopoly power over significant sectors of our economy. This monopoly moment must end. Now, Cicilline said in a statement, "I look forward to crafting legislation that addresses the significant concerns we've raised." This is good news. I hope something good comes of this. Although you might think it's just some techie stuff that doesn't really matter, these tech companies have the power to learn everything about people and use that power to shape what they will buy and ultimately influence how people think in the future. Letting them buy up any and all the little competitive companies they want means that it's way harder for people to access the tools and the information that isn't ultimately serving their interests, but is more likely protecting those with power so they continue to grow even more powerful. NASA has released news that SpaceX has won the $2.6 billion contract to land the next Americans on the moon as part of the Artemis program. One of the things I think is, I love this about the program, is that one of these astronauts will make world history as the first woman ever on the moon. But I can just imagine Musk calling up Bezos, like, "Hey, Mr. Billionaire, guess what's got two thumbs and just kicked you in the space balls? This guy!" That is a 100% accurate impression of him. Scientists have discovered how to use technology to put artificial images inside a mouse's brain so that it behaves as if it was actually seen. Good God, this will be possible to do with humans in the future, potentially shaping our thoughts and behaviors. According to Axios.com, scientists developed technology to put an artificial image inside a mouse's brain so that it acts like it actually sees whatever they put in there. Apparently, they could do this with humans in the future, and it has the potential to shape our thoughts and behaviors. Okay, whoa. So my multiple decades of deep technology experience and my years of training as a psychotherapist lead me to an inescapable conclusion. This is fucked. The fact that it could be led to, at the very least, influence people is, it's pretty scary, but there's even a bigger problem. there's going to be some serious addictions issues when companies can pipe ads directly into your brains for porn. Oh, the deaths from dehydration. Oh my God. You know that legend, Roaring Kitty, the user from Wall Street Bets on Reddit that started the whole ball rolling on that whole GameStop phenomenon? Well, CNBC reports that he forgoes quick GameStop options payday in the millions just to raise his stake in the stock. Now, I know financial stuff can seem hard, so let me make it easy with a quick dive into this topic and how it relates to this. Let me try to give you an idea of how options can work. So let's pretend for a moment you're in a store, the fancy food store, and while you're there, you see they're selling coupons for $1. And the coupon, it gives you a turkey. That's right. You can buy a turkey with this coupon for $10, and the coupon costs $1. Now, you could be thinking, all right, well, the end of the month is Thanksgiving. I know Thanksgiving is not at the end of any months anywhere, but just roll with it. And at the end of the month, that means I could buy this for $11 total. And turkeys are selling for $20. That's a good deal. All right, I'm going to do that. And you could do that. But if you were clever, you might look at this and go, wait a minute. I know the turkey market. I know the prices are going up. I know what's going to happen that's going to drive those prices even higher. And I know that people have committed to buying turkeys for Thanksgiving. I know they got to buy those turkeys. So I know the price is going to go up. So you don't just go out and buy one. No. You go out and you buy a wad, a stack of turkey coupons. Turkey for $10. You buy a whole pile of them. And you sit and you wait. And it gets close to the end of the month. And you check around. Turns out the price of a turkey's gone up to $150. And you're thinking, whew, this is amazing. And you've got two options at this point. You can take these coupons that let anyone buy a turkey for $10, and you can turn around and you can just sell them to somebody else. You can sell them for stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. Why? Because somebody can turn around, buy yours for, let's say, $100. They buy the turkey for $10 using the coupon, and then they go and they sell that turkey for $150, which means, boom, they've pocketed $30 times however many coupons they buy. And that's a pretty sweet deal. But you know what? Roaring Kitty said, F that. I don't give an F about that. I believe in turkeys. And I believe in turkeys so much, I'm going to hang on to these bad boys until the very last second, and then I'm going to buy the turkeys. That's right. So you turn around and you buy turkey after turkey after turkey. And you think, yeah, this is worth $150 each. And they're mine. And then you think, and they're frozen, so I'm going to put these in my freezer. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep them there for a year because I know that next year, next Thanksgiving, they're going to be worth even more because I know the turkey market and I know how it's going to play out. And that is essentially what he's done. He's turned around and he's looked at the market for GameStop and he's looked at the options he had, those coupons, and he says, you know what? I believe in GameStop, so I'm not going to sell my coupons, my options to someone else. No, I'm going to buy the turkeys. So now he has more GameStop stock that he bought for peanuts because he believes in turkeys. So if you like, oh my God, okay, okay, just let me. Who wrote this? Why are you always writing things? Where I lift the heavy stuff. I thought we were over this. I thought we got over this in the first episode. All right. If you like this stuff, let me know. I'd love to do more. With less heavy lifting. Got my eye on you. And speaking of stocks and cryptocurrency, it's time for retro news. Our big story, the Commodore 64 has a new program written and released by Maciej Witkowiak called C64 Bitcoin Miner that actually mines real Bitcoins. Yeah, that's right. You can use a real, genuine Commodore 64 that runs at 1 megahertz to turn ridiculous amounts of electricity over copious amounts of time to earn that sweet, sweet Satoshi love. As noted on the project's GitHub page, hashing is 20% faster in the current version, 3.6 seconds for each round. So, whether it looks like one of these, or if it looks like one of these, the Commodore 64 was the best-selling personal computer of all time and is an important part of history. Bitcoin is the biggest cryptocurrency of all time, so this is a match made in heaven. If your idea of heaven is watching the technological equivalent of paint drying, so little Bitcoin for so much electricity. And just to be clear, I am not holding any stocks, bonds, Bitcoin, or cryptocurrency of any kind at this moment. I ensured that I exited any and all positions back when I started preparing to launch this channel. So you'd know I'd have no vested interest in the news I'm reporting. Way back in December of 2020, actually, when Bitcoin was just about to take off in price and double, like multiple times, that's what I did. It went up so much. However, I want to see what this can do. And if you think I should create an episode more on the Commodore 64 mining, let me know in the comments below. Well, that's it. That's the Saturday edition of our show. I hope you are doing well, and thank you for watching.